Welcome back to Johnny Black's Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a pork tenderloin. What we'll need for that, we got a 2-pound pork tenderloin, some butter, oil, seasoning of choice. Today I'm using Dano's Original, some tinfoil, salt, pepper, an oven, and a skillet. The first thing we're going to need to do is prep for cooking. You'll first want to preheat your oven to about 350 and get a skillet hot on your stove. Then we're going to take a paper towel and pat down the tenderloin as much as we can, get it as dry as we can, because we're going to be searing it and we want to get nice crispy edges. Next, we're going to be seasoning it with a lot of salt and pepper. Then do it to the other side. Next thing we're going to do is sear the pork tenderloin. But before you do that, you want to get a baking tray, put some tin foil on it, and spray that down because we're going to be transferring it to the oven next. Once your skillet's up to heat, we're going to add some oil. Move that around a bit. And that should be hot enough for us to lay pork tenderloin down on it. I'm using my hand to apply good pressure. We're going to want to get a nice sear on each side before we transfer it to the baking tray. Once you've removed it from the pan, you can move it to the baking sheet. We're next going to add our seasoning. I'm using, again, Dano's. I'm going to put a lot of that all over this. Spread it out to the sides. And you'll do both sides. After both sides are done, we're going to add little tabs of butter across the whole thing. And then we'll need to get the cooking thermometer. Now we're going to put the meat thermometer in. You want to put it in a corner though. Make sure you can get in the good part of the meat, good thick part, and then we're going to wrap it in the tin foil. Once it's nice and wrapped, we'll move it to the oven, which is preheated to 350, and wait for our internal temp to get to about 140. All right, we removed it at about 140. We're gonna let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes in the foil. It'll get it up to about 145, which is the temp you need. Maybe a little over, but not too much. And then we'll unwrap it and cut into it. So we've let it sit, and now we have it on the plate. And left in our tin foil is a big old pool of butter and some of the seasonings that we're just gonna pour right onto it. The cut of meat we had ended up pretty much splitting into two, but we let it sit in that butter a little bit. Let's take a piece out and see how it looks. Looks delicious. One thing I'd recommend with this recipe, do a little more of the sear than I did. You really want to try to get those edges more crispy. And here we have our finished result. Again, we're going to put some of that extra butter mixed with the seasoning over the top. A little extra flavor. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any tips or recipe ideas you'd like me to try, please leave in the comment. And like and subscribe. Thank you.